Former Browns head coach, also head coach of the Giants, Pat Shurmur, was Colorado's offensive coordinator. Shedeur Sanders was his quarterback. Here's how he thinks his game would translate to the NFL.
Most players that make it in the NFL obviously have great skill and ability, which Shedeur has, have performed at a high level, which he does, has a true love for the game, which he has, and then is going to be an outstanding teammate. And really, those are the four cornerstones of what makes a great pro. You got to have talent. You got to perform. You got to love the game, and that's where a lot of times, guys fall short. They don't love the game. And then you got to it's the greatest team sport in the world, so you have to have an appreciation for being a good teammate, whether you're a leader, a follower, or whatever. And so I've been able to just talk about, I don't think we realize how good Shedeur is, and we won't until he's gone. And I just am really, really looking forward to him finishing this thing out the right way and then watching him play at the next level and just really killing it. I think it's going to be fun for me.
Tim, I forgot that Pat Shurmur coached with Kevin Stefanski, so there's some intel that he can get on Shedeur Sanders just because he has the relationship with Pat Shurmur.
We do know how big relationships are in football. So you bring up a really good point about Pat Shurmur. And I think that when you think about Shedeur Sanders, Pat Shurmur clearly had an impact on him in 2024, really elevating his game much more. You saw Colorado really have really start to improve as a team as far as wins. And I think Shedeur making impact plays and, having a little more help around him, an NFL system where he really kind of thrived. I think those were great things for him. And again, Pat Shurmur is a guy that has a good understanding of what it takes to be successful in the NFL. Again, he was a head coach at two different places, so I would think there's not too many more guys. There's only a handful of other guys who are probably as qualified as him, if not more qualified, to deliver that assessment. And him talking about, how you got to have that love for the game. When you're Deion's kid and you face that kind of spotlight for so many years, you better love the game. And it seems like by a lot of indications, Shedeur Sanders loves the game of football. And those guys, that's a quality you can't really measure. You have to ask other people. So for a guy who's been around the NFL to say that about a guy like Shedeur, I think it's a good endorsement for him. And again, the relationship with Shurmur and Stefanski, I think that's a positive as far as getting intel on a guy like Shedeur, whether the Browns should take that chance on him.